and you will not be a Zionist killing women and children.
Okay, that's like your opinion, sir, but I'd like to answer the title of your room if I may.
Yeah, sure, you're welcome.
Okay, so I would definitely choose atheism any day of the week, any hour or any minute before I ever became a Muslim or worshipped Muhammad and his God Allah. And I will explain to you why very quickly and simply. I don't know if you've ever heard of Christopher Hitchens. He's a fantastic, now deceased debater, but he has a lot of criticism for Islam, its customs, its practices, its culture, its communication. And so I don't know if you've ever heard of Zen Buddhism, but Zen Buddhism and other religions essentially, after you get through the study of the religion, it's basically ingrained in you. So you're no longer actually really religious. So basically, what I'd just say is that a lot of ultra religious people are LARPing or live action role playing, basically a historical re-revisionism. And you can tell this generally by the way they dress. If somebody is wearing a burqa or somebody is wearing some giant fur hat, they are essentially one-upping you before you even begin communicating with them. Because not only is that clothing impractical and ridiculous, but it's essentially people declaring to a world or a government that we are separate from you, in terms of communication. We deserve and demand special rights that other people may not be able to get, whether it's taxation or whether it's accommodation, whatever it is. It's essentially a pre communication, which is the clothing in which you choose to represent yourself and demand people accept. For example, if you live in a society with a lot of terrorism and people refuse to show their faces and they just mask up all the time, well, that's unacceptable. You'll be stopped in the streets and be arrested for doing that. That's not legal anymore because now we have security problems. But then you got lawsuits and then you got rights and all this other stuff. So, what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, as they like to say in the clubhouse way, that I would go with Christopher Hitchens and atheists any day of the week before I ever decided to side, with an Islamic fascist government, which demands everyone adhere to the rules of a book written by a pedophile, a warlord, and a murderer. I am complete. I mean, it wasn't written by Muhammad. I know he was illiterate, but what I'm saying is I would rather go with atheism instead of Islam.
Okay, so we can see what atheism has done to United States. You don't know how many genders you have. You can look the statistic of suicide, how many people died from the use of it. Not. So if you are in Muslim society, so you will have modest women, not like your women who are abused by everyone all the time, and you will be pro-family. You will not have depression problems. You will not have very high rate of HIV. United States is the most dangerous countries on women, according to Forbes statistics, and so on and so on and so on. So atheism doesn't make any sense. You should repent, my friend, and return to God.
Got it. Again, I would rather be an atheist with Christopher Hitchens any day of the week than side with an illiterate, rapist, pedophile, warlord, murderer who murdered hundreds of thousands of people in the name of his hypnosis and propaganda. I don't know. That's just me.
Okay, how many people have you killed in Gaza, in Iraq, in Afghanistan? Can you tell me?
Yeah, I think, let me Google that for you. Beep, 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 beep. About 2.4 million people died in the past 20 years as a result of military conflict and escalation in the Middle East.
Yeah, so this is atheism. And you are still killing people, innocent people, making them on starvation. This is human right?
No, what I'm saying.
My second question for you, how many people died from the use of fentanyl
Beep,
in
beep, 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 beep.
the US?
Beep, 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 beep. Let me Google that for you. The number is, welcome back to another episode of Low IQ Dumb People Who Talk About Nothing and Waste All Their Time because they are lonely, bored, or depressed. I am complete. We will call you. Don't call us. Thank you very little. Beep, 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 beep.
But Yeah, so at least you speak English very well. Anyway, you're welcome, Wizard. But yeah, so being with God and being a righteous person is better for you. Yeah, and for me too. Anyway.
I mean, I agree with you, but if you're gonna say, see, your problem is you have a troll title here. It's not Islam or atheism. That's a binary option. It's God or atheism. I believe in God, but I don't believe in Islam, and I don't believe in Allah or Muhammad. I believe in the translations of those words, but I don't believe in the military sentiment of those words. Allah and Muhammad and Islam has a very bad history. And if you look at the
Okay,
history,
so do you think that Palestinian people has the right to free their lands and to...
no, I think everyone has a right to pursue justice, but everybody has a responsibility to pursue God. The politics
No,
and the
Wizard, this is
violation
not
of
my
law
question.
and
Do you
murder
think...
and war, those are realities. I heard your question, but it's a framed question with a bias. I'm giving you my opinion, and if you're going to let me speak, well, then you're a real gentleman. If you're going to kick me to the goo and be a communist, shame on you.
No, I will not kick you. Why? So speak.
I mean, listen, I don't know if you speak French, but like the French Republic,
I do, yeah. I do.
there's good things about liberal democracy. There are bad things about liberal democracy. And vis-a-vis, radical conservatism or radical fascism or radical authoritarianism, we need a melange, or we need we need well balance. We need an equilibrium. What those bastards on October 7th did to those concert goers in Israel and murdered all those people, that's not balance. That is folly. That's a spirit of evil
So
coming into you and going and committing war crimes. That's murder. That violates the law. You'll suffer the repercussions of violating the law.
You occupy a land, you put them in starvation for 20 years, you are killing them every day, and when they defend themselves, they are terrorists, right? Okay, this is a good logic.
Anytime
people should let Russian in Ukraine, right?
Excuse me?
So Ukrainian people should let Russian in Ukraine, right? They should not defend themselves.
No, I don't have political opinions on your questions. I can only say I encourage everyone in this room and everyone in the world to seek peace, equilibrium, and harmony in their lives now. I don't know what to tell you about the political problems of this world, but I can tell you that each person in this room, and hopefully everybody in the world, can find peace in their lives. Like, that's the main primary purpose of all philosophy, all religion, is to use the words to create peace. You are using words to try to create conflict on this stage or in the room, or try to essentially project your political opinions upon us. That's the way I view it. Honey's like skull and bones, but Honey's a negative person. Honey doesn't come on here and do conflict resolution. He doesn't come on here.
You're attacking Honey now. Okay, stop, please.
He's doing what you do. I do what you do all the time. It's fun, and it should be funny, but
you should understand, my friend, that you occupied land illegally and you are killing innocent people.
I'm sitting in my mom's basement drinking Miller High Life with OJ. I didn't do anything to anybody. You're projecting on me, sir. I'm a wizard. I don't even live on the planet Earth. I live in Uranus. Okay, so get that through your head. I don't even live on your planet. I'm communicating with you through a Wi-Fi signal from my planet on Uranus. Okay?
Okay, cool.
So stop projecting on me, sir.
There is an evil nation who occupied Palestine. They are killing people since 1970. And when these people defend themselves, look, these people are terrorists. And they are bombing them every day. They killed 50,000 people till now. And still no one talk about this. They are just defending themselves.
Do you know
you are occupying a land, and after that you are defending yourself?
You're still projecting on me. I'm not occupying anyone's land. I didn't kick anybody from anybody's land.
I'm talking about these people who occupied Palestine. It's not you.
Okay, well, thanks for clarifying, because I feel like you're blaming me for the world's problems, and I just came here to say hello and to be with friends.
You're welcome, my friend. I didn't say anything. You're welcome. You can
Jeez, maybe I'm too sensitive. I don't know.
Insult us, no problem. But you cannot insult God or Prophet. But you can insult me. I will not get offended. You're welcome.
So wait, I can't insult making a profit? What's wrong with turning a profit?
No, I will not allow this in my room.
Making money?
But you can insult me. You can call me a dog. I will not get offended.
You think you're a dog?
No.
Well, what's your favorite book, Dr. Well?
My favorite book. Okay, so I like biblical archaeology. I like science and ancient history. Yeah.
That's amazing. You didn't even mention the Quran once. What a devout Muslim you must be. Jeez Louise. Jesus.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, okay. Yeah, of course. Yes.
Isn't
Were
that
you here for the Apocalypse of Abraham that we read together? We had a dissertation by me and Well.
No, I wasn't here.
Oh, dude, it was pretty enriching.
So, well, what in the Quran specifically stands out to you as being high value? Like, what is it that you find interesting? What in the Quran really gets you excited? What do you love about it? I mean, I know it's not in your list of favorite books, but you create rooms about Islam or atheism. Go ahead. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
A lot of similarities with
Star
the other
Wars?
prophets, like Jesus, like Moses. It's very similar to the Bible,
Yeah.
and they teach righteousness like the Bible do.
Do you like how it's like their books? That's cool.
So this is what I love about religion and the prophets.
But you can't actually give me.
People. Yeah.
So you just see a relationship, but you can't actually cite me anything whatsoever that you actually find high value. You just see similarities.
Okay, you want a citation. Okay, so if you read, for example, the end of Surah Furqan, talking about righteous people, how they behave. It's an amazing verses, at the end of Surah Furqan. You can read it for yourself. Yeah, there's many beautiful verses that talk about God, about heaven. Yeah, about helping needy people to fight for justice. Yeah, like in the Bible too.
Really, but you can't actually provide me a link or show me anything that you can't actually show me the evidence. You can only just tell me what you think is there, but you can't actually. Can you cite anything? Can you give me any chapter and verse?
Okay, maybe Sam will help me. When I jump to Google, I lose connection. Sam, can you bring the verses of Surah Furqan at the end? Ibadur Rahman. Okay, maybe I will go to my laptop to find something.
I mean, you got a room title called Islam or Atheism. You think perhaps you'd actually have some source material to back up your room title. I don't know. Just a thought.
Yeah, Wizard, my main reason here is to practice English. It's not like I'm making da'wah. So, yeah, I'm not a professional da'i, I'm just talking to people.
Well, you're on a social audio chat app in 2025. That's pretty cutting edge. It doesn't sound to me like you're laying bricks in Mumbai.
Yeah, Roy Boss, welcome. How are you?
I don't know, maybe I'm too academic, but I feel like if people create rooms and content here, perhaps they should look at it from the perspective that they're a teacher or someone trying to share valuable information instead of just trying to create opinion pieces. Use actual books. Books.
Yeah, but I told you my problem. I don't have a good connection when I go outside Clubhouse, I lose connection. So it will not be possible here on this platform. For example, on Free for Talk, yeah, we can share pictures, we can share links. It is easier for me on Free for Talk, but here it's very difficult. On phone, it's slightly difficult. Yeah. Waibas, are you there? He's silent. Why? Everyone is silent today. Okay, Weasel, so keep talking. I'm listening to you. Yeah, you have a good accent. Yeah, I'm learning.
Hello, this is Wizard. I am an Clubhouse ESL teacher charging $10 a minute. Go to buy me a cup of coffee/wizard and buy me coffee to teach you English in my normal voice. Otherwise, I will talk like this until I receive my free coffee.
So in Surah 25, Wizard, go to Surah 25 and verse 60, from 60 to the end. Yeah, I'm sure you will like it. It's talking about heaven, creation of earth and heaven, and how so believers behave. Yeah, they are beautiful verses. Can you find it, Wizard?
Let me Google that for you. I am now. We have an internet connection. I am unable to process your query.
Really? On Clubhouse without internet? Come on. Yeah, 2560. This is the verses that you were asking about. Assalamu alaikum, Dawood. How are you?
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. حياك الله. عيد مبارك.
تقبل الله منا ومنكم. Thank you.
Alamak. Free Palestine from Hamas.
From Zionists, not from Hamas. Hamas.
La Habibi. La Habibi. Free Gaza from Hamas. Free the Gazans from Hamas.
Okay, Wizard. Have you seen how Israel treat hostages and how Hamas treat hostages? Do you see the difference between humans and animals?
Yeah.
So you should be a Muslim, right?
No, my cousin was at the Supernova Festival. She got kidnapped and brought to Gaza, so I'll never be friends with the Gazans, the Palestinians, or the terrorists.
If you were not on Gaza, putting people on starvation, this will never happen. Yeah.
Oh yeah, my cousin wouldn't have gotten murdered, huh? Because they were being starved to death. Yeah. Did you see how fat their soldiers were? Fatties that eat chicken shawarma all day, big fat pigs with their rifles, murdering and kidnapping people. Wow.
So people in Palestine, they don't have the right to free their land, right?
They already have their land. They decided to go across the border and commit murder.
Wizard, come on. You should be
Wizard, come on. Wizard, come on.
You should be just
Wizard,
with
come
everyone.
on.
I should be just with you even if you are a non-believer or you are a Jew or a Christian. I should be just with you. So you should do the same
This
thing.
is a social audio chat app,
Otherwise,
sir. I don't
God
need you to
will
be
hate you.
just with me in a social audio chat app where you're trying to learn English. I don't give a shit. I don't care who you are. I mean, I hope you have a great dinner. I mean, I just wish well for you because I wish well for myself. I don't have anything against you personally, but, they fucked up on October 7th. They fucked up big time. They lost it all.
No. Okay, what was there before? From 1970, you are killing.
What was there in the year 1650? Listen, were you there in 1325? Oh, you should have seen it in 1325. You should have seen it in 1130. Oh, fucking 670. Woo-hoo-hoo. You should have been there in 420. 420. there in the
Well,
year
well,
420?
There's no point in interacting with this guy. The guy is lost his mind. He's not mentally well. And it's typical of the Zionists. They're not really well-functioning human beings. I get that you want to engage in dialogue and discuss religion and morality and politics and values, but I can tell you, I can assure you that these people cannot be reasoned with. There's just no point in having a discussion. By definition, they're incompetent, uncivilized, incoherent, immoral. And so it's just like speaking to a wall. Actually, it's worse, because I would actually equate it to speaking to a gorilla. So, yeah, there's just no point. I mean, just look at this guy. Is like, he's going berserk in the name of Israel.
You know himself, Dawood? You know him?
I don't know him, but if he's
He's
Israeli,
he's a nice guy. Just not like he's joking.
I'm not going
no,
berserk.
let me tell you
Put me in the queue, Dr.
Let
Well.
me tell you something.
No, hold on, Dawood. I'm trying to address you're talking about me, and you're not letting me respond. You're dominating the stage, Dr. Dawood.
See how he can't sit there. And
I can sit here. Okay, go ahead. I'll give you 60 seconds, then I'm gonna go.
Let me tell you something that I think you also know. Your intuitions will tell you the same thing. Well, that any Israel. So with me personally, I don't engage with Zionists. I don't speak to them. And what is the reason for that? Well, the reason is because there's an asymmetry in power. So they lie. They get to lie. The narrative is in their favor. Their entire state is built on a lie. And so there's that. And then there's the fact that you never know when these people are lying. They will just make up a lie anytime. And I'm sure you've gotten this when you've engaged and discussed politics with them. There has never been a situation where I have discussed the situation in Israel and in Palestine where these people did not lie, and it's not their fault. I mean, they were, like I said, they were taught a lie. Israel is founded on a lie, and well, you tell me whether I'm correct or incorrect. When you listen to them in interviews and even on shows like Piers Morgan or CNN or Fox News or whatever, when you listen to an Israeli pundit, representative, a politician,
This is a good book.
or whatever,
Probably one of my favorite.
they always lie, right? It's like they don't shy away from lying, and the reason why is because
You're
they can't.
projecting, sir. You're lying. You're creating misinformation and
So,
fake truth.
you
You're
know
lying,
that,
Dawood. You're lying. You're lying
Well,
right
you know
now.
that, you know that guy. Can you guys remind me that one professor? He's like
Rabbi Shmuley Bateach, the greatest Jew who's ever lived, the super teacher Rabbi. He's the best.
Well, you've listened to Hortz.
Rabbi Shmuley Bateach.
You know that guy?
Rabbi Shmuley Bateach.
He's a respected professor at Harvard.
Norman Finkelstein. You're talking about Norman Finkelstein.
This guy. Look at this guy.
I know who you're talking about. He's my uncle, Norman Finkelstein.
Yeah, wait.
What they did to the Palestinian people over the past 200 years has been absolutely atrocious. 200 years of living in an open-air prison, dying for 200 years. When can they go back and get their condos, the single-family homes, move back into the abuela's condo in Haifa?
Yeah, Wisa, you have 2 minutes to respond to what he said, and after you
That
finish,
was
you
my
will
response.
speak
I have transitioned into Norman Finkelstein. You have converted me. I now believe in the genocide, and I now believe in the neo-colonial white racist structural system. Reparations now! Reparations now! End the
It's
war!
okay.
Stop
Yeah,
the
do
genocide!
what Dawood said.
I heard what he said.
Yeah, let's have a serious conversation. We have 2 minutes without interruption.
I don't really have anything to say. I mean, I'm not, I'm not a Zionist. I'm in my mom's basement drinking Miller High Life, having an orange juice. What the hell? I'm not like, I don't work in the fucking government.
Dawood, come on. He's not.
Then if that's the case, my criticisms do not apply if he's not a Zionist, and he shouldn't be bothered by them. If anything, you should agree with me. I mean, if you've been paying attention to...
No, I don't like you. I like Zionists. There's nothing wrong with a good Zionist. You ever have a good pickle? Nothing wrong with a good pickle.
Yeah, so I'm going to leave, Wells. But unless there's an atheist who do want to contend against Islam, I will return, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Enjoy your Eid.
It looks like I'm the only one who could even say anything in your room, Dr. Well. Am I the only one with an opinion here on Islam or atheism? I say atheism now before Islam tomorrow.
Yeah, so you have the right to tell your opinion, no problem. I told you so. Yeah, you have all the right to speak what you want. Without cursing, that's all. This is my only condition for people. They should not curse, that's all.
What words can't you use in the curse dictionary?
Yeah, the word that you don't use in front of your father and mother, the word that you don't use in public speeches, in school. Yeah, this is what I mean.
Yeah, I agree with that. But sometimes it's fucking hard to forget. I fucking forget sometimes. Fuck! I fucking said fuck! It's just a joke.
Don't do it again, Without. Please.
What the fuck are you gonna do about it? Fuck it, do whatever you want.
Nothing. He is the best man, but he's a man.
Yeah, okay. So, now, according to your Shahada,
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Salam alaykum. If I ask you, doctor, and I say, La ilaha illallah, and I don't say Muhammad and Rasulullah, could I be saved?
The first, Again, I'm not talking about Honey in general. I'm just saying Honey's name because you brought him up. I'm saying in general. Either way, it's not arguing. So people get caught on argue, and I say challenge. It's two different things. So if you say you believe in God and you believe in a divine spirit or whatever, and he does it, and he hears you speaking about it, it's not about arguing. It's not about, hey, you're false or you're this.
Wait, Honey or anybody?
Anybody, any atheist, brother. I'm just saying Honey because you brought him up. Just saying in general, argue is not, in my perspective, they're not arguing. They're challenging you and coming on a critical thinking side to see why you believe in the things you do. And you obviously know that. So it's not about arguing, it's about challenging you.
I have some glimpse or understanding of Honey, but if you're talking about atheists in general, I wouldn't know their motives. But yeah, if atheists were to challenge me, it depends how they challenge it. Sometimes it's productive, sometimes
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, if you're speaking about Honey because you don't know majority of the atheists, that's cool. I don't want to just put one person into the mix that he's not speaking. But obviously, when you utter out your beliefs and say you believe in God, an atheist like Honey is going to challenge you to see if you have a reasonable explanation of why that God exists. It's just how it is. It's the game. And you're in it. And you're in it.
Okay.
The game continues.
I always wanted to say that. last time when Honey joined, he was like, "Aren't you the observer?" And I was dying up laughing.
Merely a third-party observer. I'm not gonna speak on this. This is you guys. You guys come in here. You guys say there's a God or there's no God. Who will have the truth?
Honey obviously knows the truth. Honey, see, your problem, Honey, is you spread no truth. You've got nothing. You're like a guy at a flea market that has nothing to sell, but yet there you are
really?
in your
Wait,
kiosk.
the next thing I say won't be true?
No, what I'm saying is you're like a guy in a
Well, what do you
kiosk
say?
who's sitting there saying, "Who wants to buy my shit? But I got nothing here. There's nothing here. Who wants to buy this?
Oh,
Dude,
yeah,
I got nothing in my
okay.
kiosk. Won't you buy something in my kiosk? I got nothing to sell. I got nothing burgers. I got nothing burgers. Who wants a nothing burger? Who wants a nothing taco? Who needs a nothing steak? I got a nothing burger."
Go ahead, Wizard, finish up.
No, I'm just saying that Honey is that guy selling nothing. I'm the same guy,
Okay,
but
if you don't want me to speak, that's okay.
no, I want to hear what you have to say. Enlighten us. Give us
Well, then
joy.
Shut the fuck up for a second.
Are you selling?
I was gonna
What are
tell
you
you something.
selling? What are you selling in your kiosk? What's in your kiosk? Nothing. Nothing burgers, nothing tacos, nothing pizza.
All right, hey, if you want to keep doing voices and funny stuff, go ahead. I'll just keep doing it, dude. Go ahead.
Are you projecting? Go ahead, do something funny. Say something funny.
No. I was just trying to have a conversation with these gentlemen, and you came in and you wanted to just kind of steal the show. So go ahead, dude.
Listen, this is like not improv, but what's it called?
Well,
Yeah,
isn't this your
improv.
show?
Yeah, you're on my YouTube channel.
I know. I'm on the roast, right? On like 7 different channels right now, right?
No, we're only live on 2 because I was gonna do some other things. This is kind of ad hoc, impromptu.
Okay.
Only reason I came in is because Benji is honestly putting together great roasts. So give it up to Benji. You know, Honey, I've offered to help produce roasts with you. I don't know why you don't take me up on my offer. I don't understand why you can't just commit to roasting everyone and be content with a bigger barbecue. What's your qualms about wanting to roast everybody?
Well, first off, where's the evidence demonstrating that I'm not interested in that?
I don't know. I've created all kinds of rooms. You never show up to my honey badger rooms. You never if I want to film segments, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. I need content, and you're not giving me the contentment that I'm asking for my content. Because the point is, there's a whole bunch of atheists on this app that it would be so much fun to roast them. They are so worthy at this point of being roasted. They've been building up to a roast. All their content, all their rooms, hundreds of hours, millions of hours of conversation building up to one big atheist roast. One big theist roast. Let's merge the roasts and make a super roast.
Do you see the game, Grandma?
I don't know what's going on.
Oh, of course you don't.
Look, Wizard, I haven't changed any of my strategies. I do exactly what I've been doing the whole time. So you're more than welcome to use the content that I generate.
Wizard, Grand Wizard.
Just cut me, after you make your first 50,000, cut me a commissions check of $5,000. And then we'll start talking.
I think he's taking a shit.
So, Grandma, do you eat God? Is that right?
No.
Okay, it says here, for my flesh is real food, and my blood is real drink. Whoever eats my flesh and drinks my blood remains in me, and I in them. Just as the living Father sent me, I live because of the Father. So the one who feeds on me will live because of me. John 6:55 through 6:57. That's what it says on your bio, dude.
Yeah,
You know-
Grandma, your mic is hot while he was speaking, bro. So when anybody else is speaking, hopefully you could just mute up. Your mic is well hot.
Yeah, so are you not a God eater, Grandma?
I wouldn't say. Well, it depends on what you mean by that. I just don't like that.
I mean by what it says in your bio. It says literally here.
You know, Grandma.
My flesh is
Grandma,
fuel.
we heard it already, honey. You know, my name is John, Grandma. So let me just address honey because my name is John. The point is, I just ate a cashew and I'm drinking some red wine. I don't understand why honey's got to get all emotional about literal things. Nuts and red wine. Honey, what's your favorite peanut? Cashew, walnut, almond?
What's my favorite peanut?
Yeah, what's your favorite peanut?
That's what you just asked me. What's your favorite peanut? Cashews? And then you listed things that aren't peanuts, dumb bum. Like, what is
An
this? dude?
almond?
What the fuck?
An almond's not.
Are
I'm
you
eating
serious? Are you
cashews.
serious right now, bro?
I'm eating cashews right now.
That's great, man. Are they salted?
Yeah, I think it's natural sea salt. They're delicious.
Okay, are they dry or
Do
oil?
you buy? Do you buy? You know, not everybody's got access to cashews because cashews are expensive. Not everybody can afford a cashew. They're expensive peanuts.
Yeah, that's why we're having an elitist discussion, dude.
Alright, so can you clarify what I mean by how do I eat God?
Yeah, how do you? What is this? What is this like? This weird like blood magic cultish talk in your bio that's inscribed by some guy named John? Like, what is this, dude?
Well, you said I eat God, so can you clarify what that means?
Clarify what means? I'm sorry.
Your first claim about it.
Oh, I asked you if you eat God.
Can you clarify what that means?
Yeah, do you consume God with your mouth?
It depends what you mean by that.
Does it really depend what it means?
Yes.
So you don't know?
Whoa, this is becoming a honey badger roast quick.
Wizard, you know what? I'll get through a conversation if it kills both of us. How's that?
You know, I don't know what deep fried shamu tastes like or deep fried killer whale tastes like. Yeah, shamu wasn't that a killer whale from SeaWorld that like died or lived a long time or something? The point is,
I don't know, man. You got to do your research on orcas and killer whales and.
Well, I was almost in the movie Free Willy.
Throwing in your fucking like 2-bit bullshit, dude.
I was a child actor, and my dad wanted me to audition for Free Willy. No, this is new. My dad wanted me to be in Free Willy. Do you know the movie Free Willy? I'm only saying it because you got a killer whale orca on your PTR, Dr. Honey.
When are you gonna get to hypnosis, dude?
Dr. Honey, all communication is hypnosis.
Go on.
I'm just saying my dad wanted me to audition for Free Willy, and I always regretted the fact that I didn't audition for the movie Free Willy. Because you have a PTR of a killer orca or a killer whale on your PTR.
Dude.
I'm only bringing it up. I hate to interrupt your dialogue with Dr. Grandma Sweat.
Hey, look, I know you really don't care. And I have a feeling that you're not really sorry. So I'm just going to run with that because it's in my intuition.
Oh, my bad. Your complete name is Grandma's Sweaters. I thought you were Grandma's Sweat. My bad, Christopher.
So yeah, Grandma, did you eat breakfast?
Of course.
Of course you did. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean by eat when I ask you that?
This is like this is what a psych word is like with doctors if they were funny.
Read here. Did you eat real food?
Yeah. Can you clarify what you mean by eat God?
No, I'm asking you a question about.
This shit is hilarious.
Yeah, but I'm still on that though.
You on breakfast, not eating God.
I want to know if what you ate for breakfast was real food. Was it real food?
Yes, of course.
Was it real drink?
Yes.
Did it remain in you?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out about. Based on your bio, it's the exact same thing you said about your breakfast. So I'm just wondering if you eat God in that same manner, yes or no?
No, because God isn't physical.
Oh, he's not? What is he?
He's metaphysical.
He's working on the tracks now.
And the fact that the international community is gaslighting, that is the reason that you.
I tell you, I really wish Israel would like find a different way to kill Hamas without getting 50,000 Palestinians.
We wish to. Like, unfortunately,
they are embedded.
Yes, I wish.
Like, can't they go inside and target Hamas in the tunnels or something? Like,
So let me give an example. We went inside to I forgot the name of the camp. I will come after me to release to basically rescue 4 hostages. We went inside undetected, a surgical event. On the way out, some lookers, children by the way, alerted Hamas. Hamas came into this refugee camp blasting with RPGs and whatnot. At the end, 254 Palestinians died. And not a single shot was fired by the IDF. From the moment they went in, they took...
Weird, bro. Okay. But I think I hear a smoke detector, or is that just some weird chirping?
That's just you.
Okay, so are you a Catholic?
What does it matter? You don't care, and I'm a poser, like you said.
Okay, well then never mind. Yeah, just mute up.
Shut the fuck up.
Mute up, dude. Mute up.
I love this dialogue personally. I mean, Grandma's Sweater, when I look at your PTR, I just see Simpsons. And I think of Ralphie on the bus saying, "Go banana!" You know, versus like go, you know, versus the cantaloupe or the grapefruit or the orange or whatever it was.
That's your opinion, okay.
No, I mean, listen, I think everybody is technically like a cartoon character.
Hey, leave him alone, dude. Can't you tell this guy's bothered and he's a little bit like, you know, a little frightened?
No, this is a social audio chat app debate. I think when you come here,
comfortable.
that's fine. Make him feel comfortable. But I just think people.
I think he's a troll, dude. I don't think he's as strong as you are. I don't think he's.
It's not about who's stronger or who's wiser. It's really this whole thing's about who can be funnier. I think truly at the end of the day, who can be the funniest.
Look, this guy showed up in costume with his dumb bio, with the PTR, and he just fell flat on his face, dude. He's just not very good at this, so he's feeling a little insecure.
Grandma's Sweater, how do you feel about that? Like, if you were to do stand-up comedy, you versus Honey Badger at the Chicago Theater, and you each had a 60-minute set to go up there, talk to 10,000 people, do you think you could talk to 10,000 people for 60 minutes and make them laugh and make them smile?
Hey, Wizard, can truth and ego speak at the same time?
What was that, you puppet?
What was his question again?
Can truth and ego speak at the same time?
Let me ask you something. Can truth and ego speak at the same time?
Yeah, I'm so confused. What's the first word you're using? I can't understand that English. What did you say?
Grandma, since he can't understand, I'm gonna ask you. Can truth and ego
Oh, you said truth, like math and earth. My bad. Sorry, Dr.
Can
Benji.
truth and ego speak at the same time?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Wizard. Yeah. Can truth and ego speak at the same time? Like Honey said, a deep question. I wonder if you can answer.
Can truth and ego speak at the same time? That's, probably not. Probably, I don't know.
Because right now, one of them is getting drowned out.
Oh, okay.
Which one you think? Truth and ego can speak at the same time or not?
Oh, no. I think if somebody's speaking in truth, then I don't think they're
You're not speaking in ego? Oh, that's
Yeah.
why Honey ran. And now you know who you're speaking to. The game continues. Sometimes you guys gotta understand, man. I don't think y'all awareness is up there, or I don't know what it be. But yeah, hopefully that question will stick to your brain.
I want to
How
know.
can it be truth? How can somebody speak truth if they're speaking with the ego? Does that make sense?
Dr. Benji, I think your vocabulary is a little limited with regards to this topic. I'm willing to bet there's at least 20 words that you probably don't even know related to that primary word there.
Wizard, you sound a little low, bro. What you said? Start over.
I said this is another episode of Low IQ Dumb People who don't read books, talking about nothing, wasting all their time because they're bored, lonely, or depressed. Welcome back to another show about nothing!
So why do you think what is the need for people to sit there and argue their beliefs to other people they know that's not going to accept it and just challenge them about it? What do you think is the need for these people to do this?
I just said it basically deals with boredom, loneliness, depression, anxiety. Because if people aren't going to read books and make themselves smarter, then they are in hell. This technically becomes hell.
What if they read a book and they just feel like what they're reading is building their beliefs even stronger, so they got to speak about it?
I think you can read books and come on here and have an interesting conversation, but I don't think a lot of people are maybe integrating what they're reading into their conversations.
At this point, people are just speaking to hear their voice. And people are just speaking just to see if they're wrong or not.
No, I mean, I record everything I do here.
I'll sit back and watch the game.
I record everything I do here.
I tell people, y'all ever seen the Marvel Congressman in Utah? I think that's his name. The Watch Those. That's exactly how I explain myself.
I
am.
Hamas is oppressive too.
I know Hamas is oppressive, but no one is talking about it. You know, no one is talking. This is what I'm saying. We all know that Hamas is a terror group that is oppressing Palestinians. Yet we cannot try to project that what is coming out of Gaza is like.
Damn, they kicked me from the room.
Sam Shamoun, Irenaeus, Hippolytus, Hillary.
And they were like, hey, I believe in you. And he's like, I'll see you in paradise. Oh, dang, what you want to talk about? Was he going to heaven? Shit. Or is paradise somewhere else? What you know about that shit? What, you want to talk about the dissension of Jesus?
Hey, hold up.
Before he came back in.
You know, it puts those arrows in the front of the sentence, one sentence per line and stuff. It's taken a while to get it to consistently do that. And it's still, well, if you've been...
I think that was their room, then.
Somebody probably did it.
What's he did?
Say what, King?
What's he did?
Yeah, what she think. That's what he said.
Yeah, what's he did?
I don't know, man. It was like, ugh, you know? I don't know. For me, I don't know. I don't know if she's thick or not, but all I know is once you start giving Beggy...
This room's called What the Lick Read.
Yeah, he said, what time do you get off? Yeah.
You could be from the hood, right? Mm-hmm. You could be from the neighborhood, you could be from the hood, but if you said you was from the street or you were in the street, we knew that you was either gonna end up.
Hold on, what happened?
We can't hear you, sis.
Yeah, what happened? You went out.
Being from the streets is hardcore. When really being in the streets,
You going in and out.
you disobey. Oh, sorry. Can you hear?
Now we can.
Oh. Yeah, they think.
The knowledge of the Son was always there with Allah as a signifier. You see what I mean? Without the signified.
I'm glad
So what is the definition of nothingness? Nothingness is the.
However, with Jesus, somehow, some way, Herod is saying that bring me word so I can come and worship him. Well, why is he doing that? You know why he doing that? Because he already know, and what he had heard according to the prophetic, and Herod is a Edomite king. Guess what he knows? He knows the prophecy. He knows the prophecy of the East. Well, what's the prophecy of the East? Whoever this king is coming, he gonna change the course in the direction of the world. And Herod is part of the Roman Empire. He don't want that to happen, and the Jews don't want that to happen. Because you know why? If that happens, then all
90 days this time I did 108 days, and many nights I was up praying. Many nights I'd be up probably the whole night, and I'd not go to sleep until the morning, just seeking his.
To learn how to talk. Why do we have to talk? You know, in some cultures, people speak over each other. That's how it is, and you're actually seen as incompetent if you can't handle it, if you can't get a word in. So go by your way. In some cultures, in my cultures, people speak over each other. That's how people talk. So why is your way? Why do you have to teach us to speak like you? That's a question worth thinking about. And this guy below here, Wizard, is a Israeli racist.
Yeah, Dawood, I believe that, so this is a good model, that we should listen to each other, not interrupt. So I believe that this is what Islam teaches. You listen and you reply. I don't think that he was wrong on this. Why do you think it's wrong to listen to other people and after that reply?
You know why? Because he's trying to say. So here's the thing. They're trying to say that only their way of speaking is the best way. So some people,
but this
when
is
they
not
speak,
their way. This is our way.
No, this is their way. Because you know what? Here's why. Because if people have a norm, that's how they and everyone has established their norm. Like this is how we speak, and this is what we find most effective, and this is what we find most conducive. Then we should another person, based on their own culture, shouldn't impose their way onto the other people, unless they can do so in the name of God. But otherwise, why? Let me give you an example. When I play soccer with a group of my friends, we play very rough, and we all appreciate that. We want to play rough. We play very aggressively. You know what I'm talking about because you're Algerian, and I know you guys play rough also. But then when you play with other people, they don't want to play rough. This is typically the case when you play Cajuns, at least where I'm from. Now it's fine if they don't want to play rough, if they want to call foul for every little thing, and they don't want you to touch them when they're playing soccer. That's fine. But then you can't impose that on other people. So if I play with Africans, right, like people from Sierra Leone, people from Ghana, that's how we play. That's something that we have. That's a norm that we have established among ourselves. And then some people also trash talk when they play, and that's just very normal. Then other people, they don't appreciate that. They say, I don't want you to. We don't want you to like belittle me when we're playing a game of soccer. Like I don't appreciate that. Okay, well that's fine, but you can't impose that on another group of people. The reason why Honey doesn't know what I'm talking about is because he's only been in California. He is not. Forget about not leaving the country. Forget about not interacting with other people from different cultures. He has not even left the West Coast. And so that's the calamity that many of us Americans are facing. I know how it is because I grew up in America. I know what it means to be an American. It means being ignorant of all societies, all cultures, all communities, and having that look on one's face. The look that he's putting on right now. He has that look on his face because it's the same look that one grows up with throughout throughout the education system. That's the crisis of being in the U.S. I'm sorry to have exposed the reality, but I mean, I grew up in the U.S. too, and I'm telling you that's the same look that we all have. That look that he just put, that's the look that we have when we're in schools, in the public education system. That look of like, why are we here? I'll tell you why you're there, because it's one big zoo. It's one big system where people are just completely lost. Blind leading the blind.
Am I audible?
Hey! You're not supposed to interrupt me, honey. Isn't that your?
I thought you said that.
Isn't it your culture? Isn't it part of your culture and your values and your norms to not speak over people? I didn't finish.
Checking in on you.
So why are you being uncivilized?
Because I just want to make sure you're doing okay. You sound
okay.
upset.
Wait, but no, but I'm doing just fine as long as
Yeah,
people
just
don't
checking
interrupt
in on
me.
you. Go ahead, proceed.
Because this is civility. Don't you believe in civility?
Look, whatever you
Hold on,
like.
hold
I'm
on.
just making sure you're okay. That's all, dude.
Yeah, but you don't have to do that. Everyone else is quiet. No one else.
No,
is,
because we're concerned about you, and we want to know that your health is okay.
Everyone. Look, everyone knows what you're doing, honey. You're just finding some reason to interrupt me.
Look, I just want to know how long the dissertation is going to be.
You can't sit there. I wasn't speaking for too long. Was I speaking for long?
No, this is.
No, I wasn't. So
I'm just making sure you're okay.
Look, when you speak, I don't interrupt at all. And yeah,
I don't know why you wouldn't. Why wouldn't you? It's part of your culture, like you were saying,
because you said last
your
time.
soccer club.
Because you were trying to police my speech. What does a soccer club have to do with me speaking? I don't know where if you were following what I was saying, but you just stay right there. Let me finish my speaking, and then it'll be your turn, right? Let's do this according to your Californian culture.
Yeah, is everything all right? I want to make sure you're okay.
Hey, I'm not even finished yet. Can I please finish, honey?
I thought you were getting close to.
No, but now that you interrupted me, I just.
Well, your gish gallop is quite exhausting.
But hold on.
Does that make sense? Your gish gallop is quite exhausting.
But why do you got to interrupt?
I just wanted to make sure you're all right.
Why do you got to interrupt me by?
Because I want you to feel at home and part of your culture, like you said. You said that your culture includes a lot of cutting off, and that these Western people are trying to influence you with our way of communicating. And you're saying that you guys are less civilized and you like to run over each other with words, like you said. And I'm just trying to make you feel okay.